their comfort zone a little bit more.
God, I mean, the last time I think it was that we casted Leviathan was that absurd game at Copenhagen where Melsa TP'd the spike into heaven.
That was ridiculous.
And King had to jump up to retrieve it. I mean, that was absurd. An OT win over XZ. Since then, they've beaten Team Liquid and Paper Rex here. Leviathan are so good at this map, and it's one where Loud really struggle. Loud are going to start on the defense, right? Loud are still good on this side, but they're not that great. They still only win about 50% of their rounds. Normally their defense stats are like 60, 70% win rate on defense. So this is not a map that really suits Loud. And if they're able to take it away, I think it'll speak more to the mental disadvantage of Leviathan. Loud are going to try and start things up here with a push down mid.
Such an aggressive play down mid, but there's a counter flash off the rip. Pushes back all of that aggression, tempers it for but a moment.
This is part of the reason. This is part of the reason why King, the IGL for Leviathan, was saying sometimes the pistol rounds could be a bit random, not because the guns themselves are random, but you pick a strat and you just hope that your opponent hasn't picked one that counters you. But the adaptation here is looking pretty good. Now they know where Aspas is playing.
Unless is still disrespecting it, yeah. Wants to just hold down that angle. Rendezvous back up to heaven. He had, I believe that was a sheriff in his hands. King is just praying with the spam. Man's just firing away inside the smokes and still being rewarded for it. Maybe that was what he was talking about with the random pistol rounds, I don't know.
I can tell you though, however they're working, Leviathan are getting the job done.
Yeah, and this setup as well that they've got for this retake, if it even goes in, I think at this first sign of utility, probably this haunt, you're going to see this paranoia sweep across. Nade, there's the haunt.
They actually
paranoia.
dodged it.
Yeah, they did. Move away from it for but a moment. Still struggling to get into the site though, especially with the smoke in their way. And a bit of spam will do it. Time running far too low. That's not enough to work with.
And as the desk was pointing out, King on Viper, 10 out of 11 pistol rounds at Champs. They're just so good. But they are walking into a stack here. Gamble stack from Loud that's picked so perfect.
This could just be monstrous right now, and Loud want to take the fight straight to them. Lose that cool a little bit, I think, as well, when they were opting to try and take this fight, but eventually backing away now. Leviathan wanting to try and contend and go toe-to-toe with that one, but it's an instant wraparound. It feels like the Loud players are chasing them down with the rotation. They're going to be meeting them head-on. The shot's just whiffing and going wide, though.
Does Aspas have the correct read? And now it just comes down to the gut feeling from all of these players.
Shy's low enough. They're running right into him. He can hear the footsteps. Closer to the corner. Aspas has to be cleared. It's a half clear in the process, but there we have it.
And and they've done some serious damage to the Leviathan economy. This is not going to be a potent bonus.
Leviathan have still been dangerous when they've got the weaker weaponry. On the half buys, we were talking about the stats prior. I'm not going to bore you with the numbers, but you just
not so much in this game yet.
Yeah, it hasn't really reared its head as much, has it?
Loud have actually been pretty good at shutting them down, and there's an awesome start. That's a very deep angle. Long sight line favoring the Phantom there.
There.
Just fights being taking place all over the place. Trademark giving information, the knowledge that Aspas can swing onto that one, and that's the prime game in Flawless, so not losing any players. I don't think there's going to be any players to meet it. It's the fault line as well, yeah. No presence there.
Taco deleted, trying to contest A long.
We're going Malzahn is back though. Leviathan players happy not to take this fight, especially with the aftershock. That's a lot of damage being done. Sadak, 2 bullets all it takes, I guess. Quick dink and a body shot.
In the midst of all of this, there was a battle happening around long.
Pancada's re-clearing as
Yeah,
well.
Pancada is re-clearing this, and he's got himself tucked up into a gorgeous spot. Looking towards long, though, because he is slightly cautious that King could have already gone in that direction. But he's got the right read and a gorgeous angle.
It's beautiful. Backs away, teleport to respect it. This fight's taking place all over the bloody shop.
Every time there's a kill in this round.
It's just back and forth, man. What are we watching?
And Pancada's left in the clutch. They know where he is, up in A lobby, and so this is going to be a difficult one.
Yeah, should be a free side for them. Still using a bit of utility there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it was possible for Pancada to be in spawn that quickly, but they were surprised by Aspas in the second round, so Giving a lot of credit there to the Loud read.
Surely the plan isn't to just spam post plant from C here.
I hate these
Pancada's got
post-plants.
smokes, man.
I hate these
This
post
could
plants,
be-
Bren.
This could just be absolutely boomed.
They have paranoia to work with. Although they use it instantly without even hearing anything from Pancada.
No knowledge queue. Pancada's just going to contact up. The jiggle peek and the swing is there from Adverse. I mean, many ways to play that one. Pancada deciding
Very active on the defense side. And that's a little unusual with this comp, and unusual for the way that Loud play their defenses. That's a wall
it's going
bang.
to be hitting, yeah. Wall bang onto the shoulder of Melzer, but a double satchel play with a showstopper, and the targets are found. All of them low enough. I believe that was just from the Nightfall as well, causing that decay damage, and Pancada has to be respecting it. Double TP to safety.
Aspas has a showstopper of his own on the retake here. And Leviathan look like they want to play fairly heavily down C long again. Which is where Aspas and Sassy are heading.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of the teammates are. Point over the top, now the showstopper. Shot wrestled off. Horn is going to be connecting the Rolling Thunder though, and Reversal just can't quite land the shots. Whites are not scared though, are they? Not scared in the slightest, but Pancada's smoked himself off now and sticking to the fuse.
No,
where's
please.
the spam? Not like this, he's 16, how? You can't get away with it!
Goal play off site. But that is such an unreliable way of playing the Haven C post plan, and it gets me every time, Brent. It gets me every time.
It's brutal. You think they would have learned?
The crazy thing, though, is that Loud's economy is still in the dirt, so they're forced to take an eco round after getting the stick. So despite the fact that Loud have brought this back to 2-3, their economy is still in shambles.
This is a 5-player push. I don't know how many noise cues are coming through there, but they're going to hit that flash. And King is watching this angle, just holding for it, making sure that not too much damage can be done for them. Reset, flick of the wrist, dodges it all down, and the ace might have been stolen, but he's going to be happy with that, I think. Absolutely slingshotted him towards a showstopper. It's now only 3 ultimate points away from it. Could be a key piece. The utility, a key ultimate they can carry forwards into the next round. Sadak, you're holding onto your ultimate like you wouldn't have wanted to be using this. He hears the plan and he's going to be using it to disrupt it. It's going to be scattering them and pushing them back.
I feel like the read was there, though, because Taco was the one trying to plant with the rendezvous setup, so he was easily able to escape.
Vacated immediately.
Sadak also did quite a bit of damage to King at the beginning of the round with just a little bit of phantom spam. So the entry player that's been so good in this match so far from Leviathan might be a little more cautious about taking duels. And there's the tour de force, the chamber v chamber battle, going the way of less with a shot through garage.
Well, the garage. Crosshair placement wasn't quite there from Sassy, but King had already taken the prior damage that he was a soft target.
And I feel like so many of these fights are so all over the place for both teams.
Yeah.
Many, many more individual duels on this map than we saw, I would say, in the entirety of Icebox.
It does feel very, very chaotic. Maybe that's telling, I think, towards crowd, the pressure that they're feeling now as we're heading into the playoff stage.
Feels more like watching Leviathan at Copenhagen than it has done watching Leviathan at Champs.
Yeah.
At Champs, their teamwork seems like it's been fantastic. But at Copenhagen, they got that reputation for being the scrappiest team in playoffs. And their games were chaos, but so fun.
Left.
This round, though, purely going to be a save.
And Haven's, so far, been quite pound for pound. Loud versus Vietnam. Just holding, making sure that they don't lose these weapons.
And looks like we're going to see Les taking an operator on a walk down through B, actually not exposing himself to the mid angle.
Jump peek! That was from both of them at the same time. I'm pretty sure Adverso wasn't even the target there. He just fell into the line of sight angle.
And Shai's been damaged as well, down to 42 health.
Oh my goodness.
An extremely poor start for the round. And Loud have got so many ults to play with here as well. I was talking about how the defense side is obviously their favorite side, but they normally only average about 6 rounds on Haven on defense. It's currently looking like they've got opportunities.
Oh my.
Well, that could have gone in either direction, but it was a tough shot for Taco to hit.
Microseconds really playing off of that, and King is timing the boom bot. Moves up. Sassy's just not aware. Not aware that the timing could have been taken. Like a thief in the night.
And Aspats is getting flanked from behind.
Yep. Pinsett from multiple directions now. Has the Satchel play and maneuver his way around, but he is being swarmed and a lot of utility at play. Satchel can go in a bit further back than he maybe anticipated, but Les still making the moves, one after the other. It's 3 kills in a round, but is it going to be enough? Brought it to that 2v2.
And are they going to read the double flank here? Pancada and Sadak are in behind. They have tons of flashes to work with, but they won't want to give away their position too early.
And Melzer misses the shot. Spots the 2 players though, but Shy is so low. This guy, a young player on the stage, but he has been a demon in the past. Maybe he can delve back into that, but just too low to make it work.
And Loud with the retake. Those 2 players, Pancada and Sadak, holding hands and clearing the site. And that
brutal series of events, but now you might start to see a bit of a faster play. That's a fault line to set King up. Including the Satchel, just in case they decide to dump a bit of utility into that A lobby on the defense side. Les is moving forwards here. Will anybody break this one? King claims the kill.
And that is an odd way of peeking that area from Les.
Really strange.
He's inside his rendezvous for sure, but just pre-aiming an angle when King could be so much deeper.
I think he was thrown off because the boombot just wasn't destroyed.
Yeah, very possibly. So now there's 3 players stacking here from Loud. And on the other side of the map, Sassy just trying to see if he can spot anyone that might be taking a lurk timing through C or Garage. It feels like Loud are making the right reads on both maps when it comes to their defense stacks. Leviathan going for the re-hits.
Never really falling for the re-hits as well when the noise gets cut like this.
They're going for re-hits much more often than they rotate. And I think Loud have read into that.
Yeah.
The game plan being just hold steady, hold your nerve, wait for the re-hit to come through. I feel like against other teams, Loud would have spread out by now.
And there's a clash that's about to begin. Pancada dodges the fault line, Haunts get destroyed as well. Paranoia, Pancada really is just getting everything chucked at him. Blinded into the corner, but no players from Leviathan are still in the site just yet. They're struggling to really get any sort of foothold into it. Dodging, juking, sidestepping, and now the Nightfall moves forwards, but it's so delayed. And holding the close corner, Pancada puts an end to it.
What an awesome job anchoring there from Pancada. And I've got to give amazing credit to the coaching staff and Sadak and whoever's informing these defense-sided.
Be an aggressive play though, straight out of Garage. It's going to be the season to the nade. Skip and hop over it though. Right, players make sure they're not on the recipient end of this one, and a Horn to try and clear it as well. It's a bit disjointed. Garage control is going to be going away. Leviathan. They're going to be breaking the walls and just backing away for the moment. I'm making sure that they still watch this one with a couple of bodies. They don't give away control, especially with this ADS angle. Oh, and Aspas feels like he's cheated out of that one. Surely should have been his time to get a kill, but ends up going down. So
there
was a bit of that player disadvantage, but so far, Leviathan have been in this scenario quite often, I think, in this 5v4. It's how they convert it past this point.
And that's the important part. Coming into this match, they hadn't actually been great at following up on King's entries, at least compared to, you know, Taco's first kills or the way that Aspas frags for Loud, for example. Sometimes when Leviathan are in the 5v4s, they still let it slip away. This, of course, even worse for them because
30 seconds
got the economical disadvantage. Pancada is under so much pressure once more here.
There's 25 seconds left in this round, and he could be the difference maker again, holding close in the anchor position, but the nade at his feet and the spam. Just in that one sight, like that one angle. Lovely clean movement with the double satchel, and what a shot by Shy. Felt like he barely even saw Les on his screen.
That is a lovely round by Leviathan. I'm not sure Sassy's going to be able to do much about that. The Haunt is nice.
Could have made something of it, potentially.
But
players are weak.
5-5.
Stuff. See another play over towards this double door section. Les tries to take the angle. Get the help of the fault line, the stun that was ripping through to try and help him, but
that play gets Adverso's ultimate online. Rolling Thunder now available. And these players are really grouped up in A lobby. I would expect this Rolling Thunder to be designed for A or B. We'll see what the protocol looks like once they hit Aspas and Sassy.
This crossfire can get boomed so easily. Aspas, surely you're not going to be relying on just the satchels, okay?
At any point, though, here, he can just pop the showstopper and try and collapse on the players he thinks
Look at Loud.
are taking space.
The play's instantly re-clearing down short. Prowler in the hand. I think if this gets contact, you might see a showstopper in play. There it is, catches it. Aspas wants to take the fight. There was a fault line as well to help it, the stun, to see if they can lock down the targets, but it was on King. He used his own satchels to just get the hell out of there, but 40 seconds remaining, and it's pretty obvious at this point where Leviathan are going.
Loud are using their initiator utility very well to put pressure on Leviathan. At the lower... Oh, they dodged it. They dodged the Rolling Thunder, and here comes the showstopper.
Yeah, and no one's clearing this corner. There's none too aware of Aspas, and still river them apart. They'd helping him out. At least the kills do go relatively even in that 2v3, but at this point, where's the spike? Melzer doesn't have the ult. He's just running away to save.
10 seconds left.
And if Taco loses the op here as well, it could bode very poorly for them heading into the final round of the half. Loud get their 6.
Nice stuff.
It's going to be the same game plan again here from Leviathan, but this time to play for the ult orb on Shy. So it was Rolling Thunder online last round, this time Nightfall. And Loud have seen this game plan before, I think.
I've seen it. Les is taking a lot of liberties by playing this aggressively into mid. Has to respect it though, backs away.
Look, it's the same kind of thing. Aspas and Sassy pushing up aggressively, at least making it look like they're in A lobby with the Prowler. And now Leviathan are going to have to use quite a lot of utility to clear A lobby.
Fight's about to take place, isn't it? Smokes drop down. Respect is being shown. Okay, so the Loud players, Sassy and Aspas, are going to be rotating away, but it's the exact same play. Boombot now to try and re-clear into short.
And not quite the same play. The Boombot broken immediately, and Leviathan, they know what's happening here, so Loud are anticipating that and trying to fight over long instead of short. And this has actually pushed Leviathan away. With 40 seconds left and a Nightfall at their disposal, the B site here, or perhaps a split into C, could be on the cards.
It's a really good macro play. The Leviathan side of things, they pulled a lot of these players away, but close angle from Pancada, and Les just holding it. It's a Warbone strat through the wall, and nobody expects Pancada to be holding close.
There goes the Nightfall.
The rendezvous heard. The ultimate's being expended, but the final round, one after the other. Leviathan just cannot hold a candle to the defensive setup. Loud have just got the right read almost every single time.
And this defensive half has looked, most of these first 2 maps, he's been wonderful individually, but I think, to Mimi's point, they need the leader for the rest of the team and to keep the mental on track. These pistol rounds have just been amazing
So
from
much
Leviathan.
faster than anything we've really been expecting. So far an opening. All the way into the A side. That plant is going down without anything to disrupt this one. Takulia is finding that opening onto Sadhak. That's a big kill for them. Not going to have any of that breach utility moving forwards. The C's close. Now the Horn has to be dealt with, but no players inside of Leviathan are still in the site just yet. Holding their ground into heaven. Waiting it out.
That is all utility bled out from Loud though as well.
The spam is brutal, but King takes the right timing and the angle. Jump peeking through the smoke. Every player is low right now on Leviathan, but how are they going to be able to find these kills? The nade over the top, but less cool, calm and collected. He knows exactly.
Still comfortably in the lead off the back of a pistol round loss. It's just not at play here.
And the opening, you're looking at a lot of the star players like Takulia to create that magic, get those first kills. The hands of bullets in his hands, but shut down soon enough.
The Prowler missing King, but nobody wanting to push off the back of it.
That's super cautious.
Garage is a very difficult area of the map to clear against pistols and shorties. Same thing with A short. That's why you see Loud going mostly down long here.
Spectre's being shown, clearing the corners there with a Boombot. Nade into the back of sight. Shy was just trying to weave his way into a tight corner, I think, onto short there. But they've already got the sight. He's going to be there. There's nothing to really disrupt this one.
And this post plan for Loud should look clean. And it also puts Loud in firm control of the series if they're able to get this. 9-5 up on their opponent's map pick after winning 6 rounds in a row for a comeback on the first map.
Yeah, I mean, incredible resilience has been showcased, I think, by the Brazilian squad. By Loud, this battle of Brazil versus LATAM, and you know, Loud, it's been the bane of their existence, it feels like, as a team. It's either North America or crew.
And we thought that Leviathan would be potentially added to that list.
Had the signs of it, but how to come to play. Plenty of experience under their belt on the global stage.
And even though it's not an elimination game, it definitely feels like for the... So it is a very different story compared to Icebox, but still one that's going to strain their morale and their grit.
High ground angle, somehow the Prowler latches onto him.
Those things have got hops.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's just climbing all sorts. I mean, cats are good climbers, so it does make some level of sense, but...
A double push into back garage, into the garage window up top. Adverso has some idea that this could happen. Oh, and the spam through!
They've got a read on this one.
Yeah.
It did some decent damage to Aspas.
But if there's any kind of distraction in B, it might open up an avenue for Aspas and Sassy.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to take the timing. The Prowler onto one of the targets. Now a nade into the back. Adverso just playing inside and out of the smoke, and they have locked this one down. They have the rifles, they have the weaponry. Leicester's trying to take a fight. I mean, it's a ballsy play. Risks across the board. Sassy has opened up the back of garage, one after the other. 2 kills in the round. Maybe this could be turnable.
Melza previously had a one-way setup on garage. Now he refreshes it.
The Bulldog ADS. I mean, this guy's just creating magic. The entire team is. And they've regrouped now. Sassy, pretty good idea where the positioning is. Forces out that swing, so Melza's given away the positioning, but King has worked his way around the back. With 20 seconds left in the round, the time pressure a little bit too much.
Taco, though, is the player without a rifle.
There's going to be pressure on him to try and get some work done. Fast play into garage, though. Prowler's going to be clearing a lot of the close corners, making sure there's no trademark in the corner as well. And a jiggle peek just in case.
And a very different approach. Loud putting emphasis towards garage control, which was not an area that Leviathan were particularly fighting over. And Leviathan's defense has left it open. Now they go for the re-clear. With Melza, with Adverso, just getting that information back. I think that's going to inform King that this is real pressure heading in his direction.
Yeah, with the boom being destroyed as well, yeah, you have to call for reinforcements. It's King and Shy playing together.
Both Fades are actually 1 point away from their Nightfall, which could make a pretty big difference here.
Horn's going to get destroyed, surely the knowledge is there now. Leviathan going to be under a lot of pressure right at the back of this site, but a sweet timing, how do you not get the kill there? Felt like everything was going his way, but Adverso wants to help him out as well. The helping hand, a wider swing again from Aspas. Wins out the fight, gets that trade online, and an 8 to stop them from play fast and loose and disrupt this one. At least a paranoia, it's going to be swinging through. It's create an opening now for the players to get back in, but it's just down to Melza. In a 1v2, Sassy has confidence enough to swing through the smoke. Another map, it wasn't their map pick. Horn's going to be getting a lot of that early information now, so Taco holding it with a headhunter. If he could get a kill, it would be elite, but instead it's him that pays the price. Head ripped off, Prowler latching onto a target as well, making sure that that site is fully vacated. Loud have complete control of it once more. Look at the parity smokes as well. Just a one-way in heaven controlled. They do know where this is being planted though. Pings, spam just going wide, and the smoke dissipates at just the wrong time.
Loud looking comfortable here, holding on. Verso is going to be able to get his ultimate online with a death. But that's basically the only silver lining to this.
Just the Sheriffs, I think.
Otherwise, Loud are coming into this. Round 18. With tools to work with.
I mean, they're looking so good.
Big ults online, confidence flowing, and Aspas playing like a demon. They've never beaten a team that's at that kind of level on Haven. This is an astounding turnaround of expectations. And Leviathan need this round so desperately to stop Loud from getting to match point.
This is the backbreaker. Haunt onto the corner, and the jump peek from Melza's punished.
How on earth
Melza
did
was
Les
just
hit that?
Crouch peeking that, and it was pre-fired. An absurd shot to hit, and it's cracked the site wide open. There is an attempt, though, to disrupt. Rolling Thunder into the showstopper, it's got to be everything. You can see a cacophony of utility exchange on either side, even another flash just to push them back. But sound cues have been removed, and Shy with the confidence there to take the fight regardless. Still the spike showing no signs of actually being planted, but now finally, a bit of a break in the gameplay. They feel like they possibly can, and Shy, again, he goes down. Clear from behind, quarter force. He nails the first shot, but he doesn't quite get the second. Elite spacing from the Loud players, and a double face. The positioning in the post plan is just...
Does Leviathan have it?
Do they have it in them? That kind of confidence. Loud are able to do it, but they've been to many international events at this point. They've got the experience.
They know what it is to win. They know what it is to lose.
A showstopper up close and personal. King is rewarded with a kill. It's a good opener for them. A lot of damage being done to Sassy as well. Brings him down to 23 health. But it's going to take many more of those big, heroic moments. Jump peek, almost getting punished.
King also only has a Guardian now that the showstopper's out of his hands. He's a great player. I'd love to see him being given, you know, the Bulldog in this kind of situation, but that's the case. That's what they're working with. His defensive stack is in the right place again. Feels like watching one of the Loud round defenses.
Yeah.
They've got the right read.
The Leviathan do have the right read. Prowler down, sent into short. That's going to be connecting onto a target. They know that there's some presence there on the defense, but how do they deal with this now?
King dodged the fault line.
The C's as well as connecting. It's all down to these players. You have to find the crossfire. You have to find the shots. And they're crumbling. Mel to the last player standing. And just like that, sticks to teleport. He's going to try and make a play. But a 1v3, it's nigh impossible. And Loud on the cusp now. Attempt is going to be made here as Melter is just trying to bait out the position, but even him, it feels like the confidence just was not there. 13-6, taking away the map pick of Leviathan. And Loud, these guys have come in with a goal. Determined to try and break that curse, determined to say, we are the best in South America.
And today, Ben, that was absolutely the case. Loud putting a firm statement out there that this Brazil versus LATAM rivalry at Champions is going to go in their direction. The most successful team from South America with that grand finals appearance at Masters Reykjavik. They do it again to start in the playoffs. That run at Reykjavik was all the way through the upper bracket. We're gonna get an opportunity to see how deep Loud can go on that run.
Whether they can repeat that form all the way back earlier in the year. Vital experience. They've always talked about that as well. Throughout this entire year of 2022, the end goal for this team has been this event right here. Champs 2022.
They always said at every event, it doesn't matter if we win or lose, we are just learning for Champs. And Loud getting out of the groups in that second seed, facing a rival from their own region, a scrim partner, and they made it look like a scrim.
It looked like the cards were stacked against them. I'm not going to lie. The way the map picks were going as well, the way that Icebox map almost went before they went on an absolute tear with the comeback, as a reminder. What was it, 10-5 on Icebox?
10-5 and then 12-6 on Icebox. And they managed to recover that. And listen, at this point, maybe they didn't even need it. Because I was all ready to write them off on Haven, and they defeated with resounding success. And it felt like the Leviathan were definitely the crowd favorites today, but Loud certainly getting their dues towards the end.
Yes,
the first time they've played in front of a crowd at a global event like this,